on it.
Hello and welcome to Happy Jacks from a distance. We strongly support social distancing, and none of us are near each other. So anyway, we've assembled just like the Avengers. It's exactly the same thing. And now the mouse is coming for me. I can hear him at the door. However, we are gathered here to... That's a weird way to say it. Hi, it's a weird thing that we're doing, and we're all gonna just figure out how to do it properly. We're playing Shadowrun on Happy Jacks, and this is episode 15 of our long-running... Well, in fact, it has run approximately 15 episodes, so that's nobody knows for sure. But our 15-episode arc of Shadowrun may come to an end, and some wild things have been happening. We have a number of players, which we'll all go around and just so you know that ahead of time, players, we're going to talk to Sam and then Mac and then Jay and Adam and Joey. So, alphabetical. And then the recap. Sam, do you mind doing the recap for us today?
I don't mind, but I think I was gone last time we played.
Oh, that's even better.
Yes, I do remember that Sam was not
in
there.
Iceland, so I didn't know what happened. Yeah, I can make something up if you like.
No, you did do an Iceland. So does anybody else want to do it?
We all won.
Does anyone
we
want
all
to do
won
it?
And went home.
All right, sir. That's enough. Does anyone have a freestyle recap they'd want to do?
I can give it. I think I mostly remember what happened.
All right, that's a good spirit. Let's all do our intros first. Sam, who are you and why are you here?
Hello, I'm Sam. I'm your friendly neighborhood spider witch. I'll be playing Echo, who is a mage and an elf and a twin, and definitely not weird.
That's wrong. Mac?
Yeah, also not weird at all. That would be... Yeah. But hey, I'm Mac. I'm playing Gremlin, who is a banshee now and was having some dealings with a dragon last time. So that's fun.
Jay?
Hi, I'm Jay, playing Ashen, 100% an elf. Still, no one needs to question my elfness at all. I am the handsy. Let's go with one of the group as the physical adept.
Did you say handsy?
I did say handsy. What with the killing hands and all.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
All right, Adam.
Hello, I am Adam, and I am playing Quinn, aka Queen Holiday, the medic of the group. I am actually human, still human, has always been human, and will remain human as far as we know. So I'm the one that's like still the same species that I started as.
Don't test me. Joey.
Hi guys, I'm Joey, and welcome to MTV's Cribs. I'm playing Quixote, the elven street samurai, who is more machine now than elf, twisted and evil. Well, at least twisted.
Excellent.
And yeah.
I forgot, I'm wearing the perfect shirt. Oh, I don't know if it's going to show up with my fake screen, but for Ashen's elfness, we have the allegedly ostrich. Yeah, it's a good shirt for today. So, Jay, why don't you take a killing punch at our recap?
All right. Let me see if I can remember all the events in the proper order. We picked up from where we were last time, which I don't really remember because I don't think I was at that session.
Yeah, you were busy getting mostly killed.
All right, I was getting mostly killed. But we picked up with Gremlin and Quixote having a conversation about Gremlin's new status because she just ate someone. As she does now. She eats people on occasion. So they had a nice little conversation, and then they
Allegedly.
allegedly, not allegedly, actually. And then we all returned to Greenwood.
You're gonna finish that clown over there, or?
Yep, no, that's right. There was clowns. They were coming to protect me. I was in Rise Corp. I'd been smuggled in by my lover, Agnes Lee, the head of security, who dropped a bomb on me that she's preggers. So we found out that information. And then sort of separately from Quixote and Quinn and everyone else, I saw them bring in Rooster for medical treatment into Rise Corp, and he looked not good, like super not good, like wasted away, dead. Though he did have multiple limbs.
In Massachusetts, his name is pronounced Worcester.
Worcester. So Rooster came in with all of them he was supposed to have, which seemed odd, seeing as in the episode before, everyone else had found a limb that seemed to belong to Rooster. And why does he have a limb now? And why did he look so much like death?
I feel like I should clarify that we didn't all each find a limb. One limb was found.
Just one limb was found.
For everyone to share.
Yes. Not to share, but just it was one limb was found amongst everyone. And then when he showed up, he had 4 limbs, or however many limbs he's supposed to have.
Yeah.
And so I made my way back to Greenwood to join my compatriots who had made their way back to Greenwood and then ran right into a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, she did sort of drop out of the sky, so that's no one's fault, really.
Tormund the Quiet caught up with us, and there was a very tense negotiation situation, during which I have to say Gremlin acquitted herself quite well in facing off a dragon in human form who was unbelievably terrifying.
Yes, Torgom the Quiet was relatively irritated with all of you.
Yeah, we were not friends. But we left on pretty good terms, and also Greenwood wasn't burned to the ground. So that was good. And then everyone made their way back to Rise Corp. I can't remember the precipitating reason for that, but everyone did. And we snuck our way through into that secret room that we saw way back when. And found the secret of Rise Corp, which is that apparently they are draining vampires and using their blood in their magic Healy goo.
Yeah.
And just as we were...
Do you remember how that was revealed? Like what you discovered?
We discovered a secret room. In the secret room, there are basically a bunch of chambers with frozen, undead, maybe dead, maybe still... No, they're still alive. But in stasis, vampires who are hooked up to a bunch of tubes, and stuff is coming out. One
could even say a series of tubes, really.
A series of tubes, really, yes. Much like, yes. That's how the internet works.
Just like the internet, yep.
Yep. And so, just as we were processing that, and the horror, the unhuman horror of the experience, some dudes came in, and so we hid.
Yep. That all sounds right to me. Any other addenda or additions? Now, did we determine whether Dr. Spiders had accompanied you, or was she on her own path?
She was on her own path, as I remember. She disappeared.
That's right.
She disappeared into the astral plane with Spider.
That's right.
And we don't know where she has gone or where she will pop.
Yeah. Adam, did you want to add something?
I was just asking for clarification because I left a little early. Who is Dr. Spiders?
Sam, obviously.
I didn't go to
I
Spider
didn't realize.
School called Mrs.
Perfect.
Sam, take a thread.
Yeah. So the let's just briefly let's catch up. Dr. Spider, I don't know why I'm calling her that now, but that's that happened. The Echo, when you all found where Rooster's last stand, there were bullet casings everywhere and a blood puddle and all kinds of mess. Your friend, the spider spirit Steve, who is now a very powerful free spirit, whoops.
Also super hot.
Yes. Is really not interested in shirts and is decidedly the sort of male descendant of Grace Jones. So, sort of black silk trousers and shirts. Why? So, when everyone was going upstairs and you were alone with him, he appeared in the space and said, I don't know if you remember when you first got there, he was excited that he was going to be able to hunt for something here.
Oh yeah, I remember. He wanted to fight something.
Right. And he was fairly certain that something would come to this place. And when you look around in astral space, you can see like this, a whole lot went on here. And if it's left untreated, it'll certainly become a toxic site. Whatever this was is, created a rip in astral space, and Steve wants to do something about it. And he had invited you to join him. And so I had narrated that Echo would be down for such an activity. Does that work okay for you?
Oh yeah, she loves that journey for him. And also I think she's sort of into him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, one has to wonder. The two of you let the group know that you're going to stay, and they lock your body in. Or no, they took your body home to Greenwood. So
Yeah, she's in our apartment.
Yeah. So your body's at home in the apartment, and your astral form can remain here. And because did you finish your initiation?
I don't remember.
I think you did. And your magic rating is 7. So you could be out of your body for 7 hours. But you don't want to cut it close, because then it's just dead. Like, there's no roll for it. You're just done. Although you do become a ghost. So, like...
# goals.
Yeah. Is it a loss? Who knows? No one can say for sure. However, the two of you getting set up there... Steve is very busy like building a sort of 3-dimensional web in this space. So he's, connecting just strands of astral space that you don't even understand how he's, like there's no sort of spell or ritual or sort of analog that you could attach everything you've learned to. He's doing weird spirit shit. But while you're there, you certainly have an extended period of time to research and figure out what's, even more of what's going on. And if you would like to roll intuition plus magic rather than the assensing skill, because you already did an assensing check, but I think there is room for that intuition plus magic while he is putting together this trap. Yeah, he's described it as a trap.
So intuition plus magic. It's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, and video audience, don't worry that you're missing something. We don't have a dice cam with us tonight, so we're all just rolling and trusting each other, because that's what we do here.
Okay, since it's been a month, what am I looking for again? 5s and 6s?
5s and 6s, yes.
5 successes.
Oh, that's very many. Okay. So the trap that's being put together looks a lot like that, like it's all these webs converging in the middle of the room, right? From every corner of the room, and you can just sort of walk through them. You're not sure why, but you know that you're able to just pass through these. And you've already seen in the hour or so, like a couple of little spirity things come through and get stuck, and Steve like pulls them out of the web. He's like, no, get out, and like throws them up through the street. Because you just pass through solid matter in astral space, and it's like, no, that's not what I want. Go away. And so he's like pretty busy cleaning his web. He doesn't want to have just junk spirits in there. But you're able to see that the spot, you actually kind of recreate a little history of what happened here, because there's a big emotional stamp of Rooster, gunning down creatures and fighting for his life and calling for help. You get the sort of Sherlock Holmes walkthrough, like memory rebuild of what happened here, and you see the firefight, which is really just his gun, that he was being attacked by animals and ghouls. And you see the moment where he is swarmed, and they several devil rats manage to remove most of his leg and drag it back with them. But when they are moving to go back, a bunch of like rats and ghouls pile on, and that's when he gets a moment where he can call for help. Hit his panic button. It's a cybernetic button. He doesn't actually have to like push a button, but you know that's what happens. A few minutes later, he's still able to defend himself when the high threat response team shows up. They, are able to get in, help him out. And then you also watch them administer some sort of, vial or like they jab him with something. And you can see this back and forth flow of an aura that you think looks a lot more like your sister now. It has this HMHVV vibe, which I think came up a little bit the last time that you were playing. But it is sort of a flood of that, and then it starts to ebb. But the fact that it is being used in that way is what created the rip here. So it's he's somebody who didn't have any sort of magical potential or supernatural aspect around him. He in fact has a lot of cyberware, and you see this whole scene playing out of his body basically cannibalizing itself to regrow his leg, and you watch that happen in astral space. And by the time that sort of replay is finished, Steve is trying to get your attention. Like, hey, hide. It's coming.
Oh, good. I guess I'm going to listen to him and hide.
Okay. So phasing up through the floor is a series, like probably 5 or 6 pretty burly looking termite spirits. And I'm trying to think of how well you would know. You've dealt with termites before, right?
Bugs. I hate bugs.
Yeah. Do you have let's roll logic plus magic. I don't know if you have like a parazoology skill. Somebody does, but I don't think it's Echo.
I do, actually. I have parazoology.
Oh, that is you. Okay, great. So let's roll that plus logic.
I liked logic plus magic better.
I know.
One success.
Okay. So you know that these are neither soldier nor worker insects. These are scouts. So there probably isn't a nest nearby, but they're looking for a place to make a nest.
They cannot.
No, but you're gonna have to do something about it. Do you remember? Did we write down all of your astral attributes? Because
Yes.
I think we're gonna have to use your magic knife. Right? You have a weapon focus. Okay.
Yeah, I have the weapon focus. It's rating 3.
Okay, so you're gonna roll your blades skill or knives, if you know blades or close combat, if you have anything like that.
Yes, I have blade.
Okay,
And
so
it says I get 3 for the focus.
yeah, you roll blades plus 3 for the focus plus whatever your astral agility is.
Logic.
Okay, so that.
Three successes.
Okay. So between you and Steve, you're able to jump these spirits. And they come up and get stuck in his trap, and you're able to just get in there. What does it look like as you just lay into these creatures?
It's probably pretty gross because Echo really hates bugs now, and she's probably got a little bit of like PTSD berserker happening.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I think she just like keeps passing that knife from, because her astral form is also a spider, so like keeps passing that knife from like leg to leg and just shredding these dudes.
Thanks, I hate it. It's also awesome. Yeah, so you just dismantle these 5. One of them tries to get away. They're scouts anyway, and they're probably trying to get back and say like, "Don't go to this place." But too bad they don't get away. I think with the 3 successes, Steve probably takes out 3 of them, and you get the other 2. There's a lot of stabbing involved, and Steve is actually like breaking off, like biting them, right? He's like actually consuming part of them. So that's just worth noting. He prefers that.
Are they edible?
What did you want to have a bite? Eating something in astral space is not something you've ever done. But
Sam, no.
Break
Sam,
me up a piece of that Sturmite spirit.
Do it, Sam. Do
Oh,
it.
well, that's several votes for Chomp.
I mean,
Okay.
what does everyone think I'm gonna do? Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. So then I'm going to have you just roll your magic dice. So I'm used to having so much sort of background sound. It's very strange when we go to like roll a dice or look something up. There's just silence.
1 success.
Oh, okay. So you are... Did you want to say something? You froze up a little bit there. Sam, did you want to say something? No? Okay.
Me?
Yeah. Oh.
Don't screen share.
Adam, I think you hit screen share. Somebody did.
I did it
I
on
think
He was
Perfect.
going for
purpose.
nightmare fuel bugs.
Okay.
That was delightful.
Okay. So,
It was Rebel Wilson from Cats eating cockroaches with faces.
okay, so 1 second, please, because I need to rebuild our squares. And that's going to take me just a second. Somebody vamp, please, because it is going to take more than 1 second.
Let's do the vamp. You know, do some dancing,
Oh, wait.
guys.
Does screen share messed it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not get that message. Sorry.
It's okay. We're trying out something new. I think everybody is understanding of that right now.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. This is very new for me. I've not done this on streaming before, so I did not realize it was going to do that.
It's all good.
It's okay.
We're just we're all dark on the channel right now.
Yeah.
Oh no. So why does it do that? Do we know?
Because it's a butt. That's my 4-year-old answer.
That tracks.
It's a butt.
I buy that.
Yep, that adds up. It's just like whenever anything sort of changes, all the screen, the little boxes move around and it gets weird.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no,
fine.
we made it weird.
Yay, weird.
It's fine,
Twin
guys.
powers.
It's just a feature.
Right. Yeah.
I think that Gremlin would be proud of Echo right now. Like, oh, she's gonna eat a bug guy. It's like, cool. At least I'm not the only one that's eating weird things.
Solidarity.
Yeah. My sister eats weird stuff. This weird spirit guy that I like eats weird stuff. Why is it not
We
my
do
turn?
the weird stuff.
Y'all take winning very seriously.
Very seriously, even when we don't want to, it just happens. Twinning is life.
Accurate.
I think for fun, you should very graphically describe what it is like to eat the cockroach.
Do we have to?
think I have to find out how it turns out for me first.
Sam, can you roll for drain, please?
Okay.
Okay, we have a new arrangement, and this will work.
And I will.
How many drain am I trying to avoid?
Oh, 4.
Okay, well I got 2.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 drain.
Noted.
And you are going to raise your agility and astral agility both by 2. I forget what astral agility is, but
Agility is logic.
yeah. So your agility and logic go up by 2 until sunrise.
Sweet.
As you consume this insect, you take its power into you, and you also have a pretty clear idea of where they came from, and the fact that there's a queen under Seattle who wants to make a nest but has not yet, because you also get some of their memories. However, they apparently operate on a pretty sophisticated level in that they don't know everything in case they get captured. Apparently, they know that if a spider spirit eats them, information will be shared. So that is the thing you learn is that's a thing that can happen. So
Eat more bugs.
right.
I'm gonna fight her, and also I'm gonna tell my friend Francois about that. I get back in my body.
Yeah. So do you want to head back to your body first? Is that the first step?
Well, what is Steve doing? Is he impressed?
Oh yeah. I mean, he sort of. I think he would have been weirded out if you didn't eat anything. It's more like you did the normal thing, and is impressed that you held your own in the fight. But like eating it is like yeah, of course you did that. That's the normal thing to do. So.
Seems like it to me. Okay, good.
And then he offers to, walk you home, I guess. I don't know. You can zip through astral space really quickly, but he wants to make sure that you get home safely. Unless you don't want him to come to your place.
She definitely wants him to come to her place.
Okay, great.
Gremlin.
Sorry, I'm also experimenting with other inputs here to see if I can get us back to our our bigger windows.
I get to be maid of honor at your wedding. That's all I'm gonna say.
Spider wedding. The dress is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, right.
just-
He can weave you a dress.
I'm just imagining that scene from Hello Dolly where they're walking through the park. It only takes the termites.
Oh, I think I might have fixed our window, and then I'll put our name tags back. And then... Oh, yeah! Big windows.
And everything will be back to normal, like a spider spirit walking a spider witch home from a termite bite.
Right. It's like a pretty normal first date, I think.
Yep.
Sounds like every one of mine.
That's upsetting, Jay. I wish you hadn't said that.
What an overshare.
Okay, so you get back to reality. No, you get back to the Greenwood Collective, and you immediately sense the incredibly powerful presence of the creature that you met at the diner, which you know to be the feathered serpent Torgum the Quiet. And when you arrive in your body, does anyone remember if Torgum said anything specific about what... I know she went in to have a conversation with Jane, but anything else sort of jump out at you? No? Okay, good.
Just
then
that
I can
she
say this. She's
she
sitting
made
at
us-
your kitchen table, kind of at a chair, one leg crossed, and is reading a magazine. What magazine would be available at Echo and Gremlin's apartment?
I'm guessing it's either about weaponry or...
I don't think we got your microphone in time. Try that again.
I'm guessing something about weaponry if it's
Hmm.
gremlins, or magic or...
I don't think your microphone's coming through.
I can hear her.
So can I.
Can everyone else hear?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah,
so it's just
yeah,
me.
I can hear her.
Hello, hello?
Yep, I
yeah,
copy.
it's like
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
hear anyone?
Everyone can hear everyone else, right? Just making sure? Okay, let me try
Yes,
something.
I can hear everyone else.
And still nobody can hear me. Or you can hear me. Okay. OBS is not really crashed. It was hiding in the background. Okay, we're just gonna have to do the side saddle image capture. Okay. I still can't hear all of you.
Celebrate by myself.
Okay, I can hear things.
Okay.
You all good, buddy?
Hooray!
Yeah. Oh, now it's gone. Can't hear again.
Oh, shit.
Oh, now I heard Mac cuss.
Yay! That's the important part.
Yeah, Mac's cussing cuts through the firmament.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Ah, yeah, that's good. Okay, I can hear you all. I think it throws me off when we're just suddenly very silent because everyone's mics are muted appropriately. So, everyone can hear me, okay?
Yes, yes.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ignatius Wang says he can hear Adam.
Can or cannot?
Can.
Okay. So we're just gonna. I don't know if anyone's looking at the Twitch stream, but we just have this side
That's 'cause
saddle.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Is Adam frozen for everyone else? Oh, there. Oh, there we go. Okay, he's moving now. Cool.
Yep. Ooh. Oh, he's moving and I hate it.
Okay. Yes, those are
All right,
good
Matt,
moves.
Joey, chat, if you can hear us, type that you can hear us.
I did hear all of us. So many.
If you can hear us, yell into your home that you can hear us. We always hear you.
Scream into the void.
Give it up to the ether.
You don't have to scream into the void. That's where Echo lives. You just speak.
Just tell the spiders that that you can hear us, and they'll tell
Yes.
me.
All right. It looks like we're a little laggy, but they can hear us.
Okay. Well, we can live with a little laggy. That is going to be the nature of this type of format. So we'll all do our best. Thanks everyone for hanging in there. We are doing it. So Echo, you get back, and Spider is in your house, and we're picking up with what sort of magazine is she reading?
Is it Spider or Torgum the Quiet?
Torgum the Quiet is what I meant to say. Thank you. Yep. She's
You're
in
welcome.
her like tan pantsuit with a business heel and her hair back.
Oh, I don't like it. She is reading one of Gremlin's magazines, Italian Rogue.
Italian Rogue. What is
Like
that?
Vogue, but for mercenaries.
Ah, okay. I like it. So like fancy mercenary gear
Correct.
for the fashion conscious mercenary. I like it. Okay, so when you arrive in your body, Mac, where did you leave your sister's body?
I left her on the couch.
Yeah, I thought it was couch. So the couch is just across from the kitchen, I think. And when you wake up, Torgum is in your house, and Steve is sitting on the couch next to you.
Does Steve look distressed that there's a dragon in the kitchen?
He looks calm, but you know him well enough that he is extremely tense. But he's just hiding it.
Ah, okay. She'll give him like a knowing look, and then she's gonna apologize to Torgum for trying to counterspell her.
Okay, yes. So she looks up from the magazine and says, I'm so glad you cut right to it. That is exactly why I came to see you. It hurt my feelings, and I'm very sensitive. And I'm glad that we could resolve that, like grown-ups. So, your friends went to pick up another friend of yours? I didn't really pay attention to the details.
Oh, I think they probably went to Rise Corp, yes.
Okay. I'm going to go back downstairs. We're keeping the security while you're away, and when you get back, we'll be able to have a longer conversation about your debt.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll talk about that when I get back.
Okay. And she gets up and walks out of your apartment.
Echo looks at Steve and is like, oh, well, that is significantly less murdery than I expected.
Yes, I believe she would like to murder you, though. It felt like that.
Oh, yes, I definitely thought that she wanted to, but I'm pleased that she didn't.
Yes, she is bound by a promise, it seems.
That is convenient, I guess. Well.
I thank you. This is the first time I've been afraid since having a body. And I like it a little bit. Yep.
Oh, well, I get into situations where people are afraid a lot if you want to hang out with me more.
I'm interested.
Okay. I think I have to go to Rise Corp to help my friends. You're welcome to come if you like.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, let's go.
All right. How does Echo get around usually?
Usually Gremlin drives her.
Okay. So, when you go out of your apartment, Bones is like on the way to her apartment, and she asks you, do you know where Ashen usually leaves his bike? I came back on his bike, but I don't know where to leave it, and I don't want him to be mad when he gets back.
Oh, I know where his parking space is, but I could take it to him.
Oh, well, okay, I'm sure. Yeah, all right. And she just like passes you the access code digitally to your comm link. And...
Oh, sweet. Also, I'll introduce her. Bones, this is Steve Bones.
Who?
Oh, wait, you can't see him. Sorry.
He is standing next to you, but he apparently doesn't want her to see him or something, but he is like physically next to you and she can't see him.
Never mind.
Okay. That's honestly like the least weird interaction she's had with you, so like... all right, so we see Echo zoom off into the night, Steve holding on to the back of the bike, and we will pick up with that in a moment. And I think you're probably getting on the bike as you're getting the group texts that some of you can send mental group texts, and because you did a thing where everyone was like, oh, get down, hide, because they're coming in. Who was, I'm pretty sure Joey and Adam's characters are both cybernetic primarily, and probably have comm links in their brains, or at least a connection to their comm link, a Wi-Fi. So as you're going, Echo, you get some of these alerts of like, everybody get down, hide, somebody's coming in, and whatever this sort of transcript of their conversation is, because you are now aware of your comm link. And let's cut back to that room. We had 6 pods, I believe, 5 of which were occupied. And so the first 5 are occupied. All of you the 4 of you, I think, were going to hide behind pods.
That was the plan, yes. We had picked
right.
a couple of pods out, and we were hiding. I believe Quinn and Quixote were closer to the door?
Yeah, that sounds right to me. This was
I
like
was
kind
at
of
the
a...
pod where the people had walked in and they were standing in front of the pod I'm hiding behind.
Oh, okay, so that'd be the... Oh, I think I said they were going to the second pod. So that's fine. And I'll just recall that this is kind of a long, narrow room. You've got the 5 pods down the right side, or the 6 pods down the right side of the room. And then down the left side of the room is like counters and test equipment and beakers and, all kinds of, just gear and equipment and locked cabinets. And there is room behind the pods that look a little bit like the VR pods from Fallout. If you're listening and you're not sure what that is, you could Google it, because they're pretty neat, actually. But they're sort of lifted up off the floor, all sorts of cables coming up out of them into the ceiling, a lot of bright red liquid going up into the ceiling, and some folks have come in to they've skipped over the first pod and gone straight to the second pod and are having a conversation about accessing the material directly.
Yes, I remember, because I wanted distinctly to do something about that.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I want to push my hardest and flip the pod over on them.
Oh, okay. This thing is like bolted into the floor.
Okay.
But yeah, so it would be like a 4 success sort of thing, which I'm open to, but you would probably need to add your essence to what's happening, which is a thing that you can do.
Gremlin is pretty pissed off at this point, because these are creatures that are very much like what she is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she wants to knock out these people, or at least pin them underneath the pod.
Yeah. Okay. So let's roll your strength plus body plus your essence, and you need 4 hits.
So that's 8, and then another.
And we'll I don't have a good way to share a pool of edge tonight, so we'll all just kind of roll our own edge.
Yeah. And I can pre-spend edge to roll failure dice, right?
If you pre-spend it, you add your whole edge attribute as well as your essence, and 6s explode. You get to re-roll them for more successes. But if you pre-spend, you cannot purchase a re-roll after the fact.
I'm going to go ahead and pre-spend edge, because I really want to do this.
Yep, I understand.
All right, so that's 15 dice for me.
Yeah, that's Shadowrun.
Shadowrun, baby. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 of those are 6s.
Okay.
So hold on.
Let's explode.
6 successes.
Okay, and how many 1s did you recall? Not enough? Not 8?
Not enough. I had I had 2 1s.
Yeah, 8 1s would stand out, I think.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
A bit.
So, yeah, you shove your shoulder under this thing. Was anyone hiding with Gremlin? Because I think it might be Ashen, right? I think 2 of you were behind this thing, right?
That's fine, yeah. I'll be back there with her.
Okay, so you see Gremlin go to reach under this thing, and it's sort of like watching somebody like reach under a dentist chair, right? Like it's bolted to the floor. What are you even gonna do? Except the bolts in the like concrete floor, one of them rips and pops up as the metal rends. Mac, your full Banshee features come to the front. You almost transform. Your visage is elongated. Your a shriek escapes as you lean into this exercise, and your fingers get longer, and your nails scrape under the metal, between the metal and the concrete of this thing as you pull this thing up off the floor and tip it forward onto these two who are sort of awkwardly caught on top of each other, and they're not knocked out, but they are trapped, and they're trying to get out from under this thing. But you are very much in let's say Banshee mode. And I'm trying to think if I can easily, actually I think if I pull this up, I think I could find a picture and then put it in the right part of the screen the way that I have this set up now. This is actually a pretty good, this is kind of what I'm thinking of. You feel free to riff on this if you like. Okay. When I put it on screen. But like a more humanoid version of this. I'm picturing that, like elongated features, long face, jaw opens up a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's rad.
Okay, so definitely like much more, what do you call it? Like solid person, but you're like a were-elf, if that makes sense. Like a longer, scarier, more horrible elf.
Yeah, I feel like white hair sort of bleeds into the red.
Sure, yeah.
Natural red. And the fangs elongate along with it. And she just, as she does a screech as she flips it over and just goes, "How dare you?"
Okay. We will, I'm going to come back to you on a different roll. Ashen, what's your reaction? Oh, we need your microphone. Jay, we need your mic.
One, I am crazy impressed. Like, deeply, deeply impressed. She flipped that thing like it was nothing. And those guys are pinned. I move out of the way once I realize what's going on.
Yeah, this thing, it like tumbles forward, knocks these two guys down. It's just like two white dudes in lab coats, they both have short dark hair, and they get sort of pinned between this thing and they're pinned down on the floor and the big counter that's behind them, right? So they're just kind of like mashed into that space because this thing is round and that's a right angle space, but they are pinned together under that.
Great. I want to go over there and give one of them a kick.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they're squealing and say, "Shut up."
Okay. Let's roll your unarmed combat plus your agility, and we're just going to add 4 to the roll because they're pretty exposed to your attack.
All right, so my unarmed combat is 3, and my agility I think is 4. Adding 4 more to the roll?
Yeah. I'm experimenting to see if I can unmute you, but I don't think it's going to let me.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay, cool.
And no 1.
Yeah, so you just boot this guy in the temple and he is out. And the guy next to him is now like even more freaked out, right? Like, oh God, like trying to get away from you. But he is really stuck under there. Sorry, Jay, what were you saying?
The goal is to tell the other guy to shut up.
Yeah.
And make sure he's not hitting any alarms or anything.
Okay.
Just be like, shut up now.
Do you have intimidation as a skill?
I don't think I do.
I think you had something because you're like charisma face puncher, right?
Yeah, the charisma face puncher. I had like there's like protocol.
Yeah, or etiquette or something. That's fine. Let's roll. Let's roll your charisma +4 and see what we get.
All right, charisma.
We're also, audience, we're a little bit limited on, most of us keep our character sheets in the studio, and so we weren't able to get all of the most up-to-date character sheets today. So I'm sure all of you will bear with us. Because we're darn fun anyway.
Another 4 to this one, right?
Yep.
I'm goddamn delightful.
Allegedly.
All right. So 5s and 6s. Ooh, that's great. That's 7 successes.
Oh shit. Okay. So this guy was already pissed himself because of Gremlin. And then you get over and then just boot his friend in the head. And now this guy is the one on the bottom, right? And is like, has his passed out friend, maybe dead, doesn't know, and is pinned under there and just shuts up and is staring at you with wide eyes like, what am I supposed to do? He like whispers that to you. And all of you can hear in the suddenly very quiet room. Because the guy who got kicked in the head was screaming, like terrified. And the second guy was losing it. And now he's just sort of like, what should I do? What am I supposed to do? Like he's freaking out, right?
Yeah, I lean right into it. Did you hit any alarms?
No alarms are going off, and you have a comm link that would say if alarms were going off and you were supposed to go back to your room. So, right. To your knowledge, nothing has been triggered. Oh, right, and actually, you have Security Chief Lee's access level, so you would definitely know if an alarm had been triggered.
That's right. Oof. So yeah, I just tell him shut up and don't move.
Okay.
Then I go to check on Gremlin.
Yeah. So Gremlin, you're still in this form, but you are in control of yourself.
Although he just kicked this guy real hard. Is this guy bleeding at all?
Oh yeah, he's got a cut in the temple. That's like the knockout spot, and the tip of his boot hit him. Got him right in the ding dong. Punched out his lights and or booted out his lights. And yeah, I think there's probably a bloody scalp cut there. Those bleed a bunch.
I think she kind of doesn't really register as much Ashen checking in with her because of the blood. I think she goes over and puts her hand through, finger through the blood and like licks the blood off and looks at the other guy who's still conscious.
Yeah.
And goes, "You're going to tell us everything we want to know."
Let's get Queen and Quixote into the mix here. What's happening?
So did we identify like there's 3 of them, right? I heard
there 2 guys are trapped under the pod.
Okay, but only one's conscious.
Yes. There's a bloody one who is unconscious and a not bloody one who is being quiet as told. Although he's starting to freak out a little bit now because his head is right next to the bloody guy's head and watching Gremlin lick blood off her fingers. Oh.
Delicious.
I think we lost a little bit of what Adam said there.
He might be frozen.
Yeah. Quixote, what are you doing while we're?
So I think Quixote is going to let them take the interrogation route, and he's going to he's gonna post up by the door.
Okay.
And basically,
Sorry.
I don't know if there's like a ready in action in Shadowrun, but kind of if someone else comes in, he's gonna do a little samurai slicey slice and kind of be the first task in the Last Crusade to cut someone's face off if they can walk through that door.
Okay, cool, no problem. Can you roll a perception plus intuition for me?
Sure.
Oh, Adam is mobile. I could see him moving around.
Yeah, I crashed and got disconnected, and then it came back.
Okay, cool. That's good because it put your box back in the same place, so I don't have to move the name tags around.
All right, that's 2 successes.
Okay, so you can hear somebody is just outside the door. They're not opening the door, but you can tell they sort of like lean to, talk through the door over their shoulder, because you remember it's just like a fake wall, an illusion wall. And somebody is standing outside like, hey, what was that noise? Are you guys like, hurry up already? And you know that like they must have heard the crash and the scream, but for some reason this guy isn't coming in. It's a masculine voice on the other side of the illusion wall. But maybe some of that noise was somewhat expected. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna post up there because I'm assuming he'll eventually come in and check out what's going on.
Okay.
And then he'll get a little sword to the neck.
Okay. Queen, what are you up to?
So what I was trying to ask is, either of the guys on the ground, did anything indicate that one of them was like a medical specialist in what's going on in here?
They're both in lab coats. That's probably the
Okay.
most indication that you have of anything, but they do look like nerds.
Okay. All right. So I want to lean down next to the one that's awake still, and say, hey, if you can tell us how to disconnect these folks and get them out of here, then I will ask very nicely that she doesn't eat you. Is that cool?
Yeah, so there's just the one guy who's still awake and was, being told to be quiet by Ashen. And then here's your instruction as like his way out. But I need you to make charisma plus, let's say, etiquette or negotiation. I'm open to suggestions.
I think so my charisma is 2. It's not very big. I think I had an etiquette of like 2 or 1 or 2. I think 2.
Okay.
So I'll just roll 4.
Well, you're going to roll 8 because of the situation this guy's in.
Oh, excellent. That's way better.
Yeah. He's very scared, but also likes his job. Well, I mean, liked his job. That's not going to be the same.
Oh, actually, that goes really well. I got 5 successes.
Okay. So he looks up at you, wide eyes, and says, yeah, okay. I can help. I don't even, what was the question? You got to get me out of here. You can't leave me here. Oh, dang. Joey, should we have Adam come sit next to you?
We're gonna get these and see if it could confirm.
Let's try it for a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're one. I'm freezing up again.
Yeah. Joey has an idea. So Ashen and Gremlin, you are you're standing by as this conversation is happening, and a pod that's been kicked over or hoisted over is cracked open, and there's a lot of fog coming out of it, and a fair amount of bright red fluid seeping around, which Gremlin, you're sort of academically aware of the fact that it's blood, but it doesn't smell like blood. Like doesn't smell like something you'd want to eat.
Okay.
And so but the pot is cracked open. The a biomonitor on it is busted, and it looks like the body inside is starting to move around a little bit.
How busted up is this? Is it enough that I can wrench it open and get them out?
Yeah, you could definitely get into it. I mean, this thing is done as a blood pod.
Okay. I'm just a little worried that they're going to be real hungry coming out of that and go after the guy that has the blood gushing from his forehead. So I'm going to lean around into the pod, put my face in there so that I'm close to the person in there, and just say, hold tight. We're going to get you out of here.
He just bares his teeth and looks wild and is struggling to get out and rattling inside there. And yeah, that's they look feral.
Can I? Yeah. Hungry feral, I'm guessing, rather than
Yeah, I mean they're bearing big sharp teeth, which they have 4 sharp teeth as opposed to ghouls, which have all sharp teeth. So this doesn't look like a ghoul. I don't know if you've ever met a vampire in person, but it certainly matches what you've read about vampires online. And
I've only seen the porn.
Yeah, the porn that Quinn's shared a bunch of. So that's so while you're looking at this guy, Ashen, I think probably with Quinn's conversation, you're probably going to have to help Quinn pull this guy out from under there so that Quinn can talk to him better while Gremlin's crawling around on top of the pod, wrenching it, looking around inside and doing all that. So is that all right?
You know what? No, I'm going to let Quinn have his say. I've moved over to the other one, and I'm just unplugging shit.
Oh, okay. To pod 1 or 3?
Pod 3. Moved over to the next one down the line.
Okay.
And I'm just pulling hoses.
Okay.
And pulling cords. Let's see what.
So you're actually going to need to do a computer roll because you're there are now alerts being sent, right? But you can suppress it with your comlink access. So,
okay, good.
If you have computer skill, that's helpful, but otherwise it's going to be logic. Do you not have the computer skill? Do you remember?
I don't think I do, or if I do, I have a 2.
I think you probably didn't take it.
No.
What's your logic?
My logic.
Okay, so then you're going to take a -2 to that for not having computer skill. Leaves you with a 1 plus 4 plus 4 for your security clearance. So you're going to roll 5 dice. And you actually only need 1 success. So
right.
your access level is just making this possible and likely. But you're clicking on the wrong thing all the time.
That's great, because I got no successes.
Okay, do you have an edge that you want to spend to reroll?
I think I've got 1 edge.
Okay.
Yeah, let me reroll one of these.
You get to reroll all of the failed dice.
Oh, all the failed dice, so good.
Yeah.
I get to reroll all of them because it was all fails. Two successes.
Hey, okay. Yes, you successfully squelched the alerts coming out of this room because the pods are sending alerts, but it's going to be increasingly difficult to do so. So you can make your own decisions about that. Jay, we lost your mic.
Yeah, no, I get it. I feel like I'm reaching a point where I'm like, this is barbaric. These people are all monsters. Once Gremlin tipped over the pod, there's going to be very little quiet way out of here. So let's make a mess.
Okay, great. Queen, let's catch up on your conversation with Brad.
Okay. Hopefully I won't freeze up this time, but
we believe in you.
Thanks. I actually just closed a whole bunch of like background tasks, and hopefully that will do some help. Anyway, okay. So Brad, that's your name, Brad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
can you get
Brad?
me out from under this?
Yeah, we're gonna get you out from under, but listen, you're gonna have to do exactly what we tell you to, or she will eat you. Like, I actually can't stop her because she can kick my ass like 12 times before I even blink.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get it. I will help. You just have to take me with you when you leave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can get you out of here. Sure.
And when you talk to him a little bit more, you start to see like there are a number of neck tattoos going down into his shirt and on part of his exposed arm. And you're not sure if you recognize him specifically, but he certainly has the air of somebody who is from the Barrens. And you'll recall Rise Corp was recruiting heavily from Barrens folk. And this guy seems like he was here for a while and now he's ready to move on because it turns out it sucks. So, yeah.
So we pull him out from under the pod, and I'm like, okay, so you need to tell me how I can get these folks out of here without hurting them. Okay, I promise you, you can walk me through this, but you've got to tell me exactly how to do this to keep them alive.
Okay, I can help you. There's a shutdown procedure. Just don't, like, this one, I don't know what's going to happen. You can't just, like, rip out all the tubes and stuff.
Right. Okay, so shut it down.
Yeah. There's a shutdown procedure. What is he doing?
Ripping out all the tubes and stuff.
No, Ashen.
Help me. Get me over to it. I can help.
What?
Okay.
What?
I should stop ripping tubes out. We got to shut it down first.
Quinn.
Okay.
Quinn, let's roll strength plus body to get this guy out from under that thing.
Two successes.
Okay, yeah, that's great. He's helping, so it's not like you're rolling against him. So yeah, he like sort of crab walks out of there. You get under his armpits and pull him out from under his friend. And he's like has his back up against the cabinets, trying to be as far away from Gremlin as possible in this like 10-foot space. And rushes over to the one that Ashen has like half ripped out everything and is hurriedly trying to do something with the panel on the front. Because, Ashen, I don't think you said you broke the panel, right? You were just like ripping out hoses and stuff.
Nope. Didn't even pay attention to the panel.
Yeah,
just started grabbing hoses.
All right. So this guy is racing against the damage that you've done. Are you still ripping out stuff?
No, Quinn said to stop, so I have paused. I'm still holding. I guess I'm still grabbed like a cable.
Sure.
Just in case it seems like I don't trust this guy. I'm gonna start yanking shit.
Sure. Coyote.
Is there a way using your comms to send a text message to everybody else's comm, or is it all audio?
No, you can do that because you have a connector in your brain. Everyone else has to do like voice. Well, you and Queen can do that. Everyone else has to do like voice text.
I'm gonna send a text to Queen's comm, letting you know, hey, they've got a friend on the other side.
We lost your mic, Adam.
Unmute your mic.
All right, we'll come back. We're gonna get Echo into the building. So Echo, you pull up across the street from Rise Corp. This is a building that I don't think you harbor any love for. And when you pull up the bike in an alleyway across the street from the main entrance where, you know, there's the roll-up doors where a semi-truck would back up, and those roll-up doors head straight back into where the hidden room is. So that would be kind of the easiest place to go into. There's also like a person-sized door next to the roll-up doors. But what do you want to do from here? Microphone, please.
How does the state of the building look? Does it look like it's under lockdown or alarms are going off or anything?
I don't think there were any external alarms going off.
Okay, so it seems relatively calm.
Yeah, I mean, you can text your friends who are in there. You're pretty sure are in there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to text them and see where they are.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to say, Coyote, you're probably the quickest to pick up on something like that right now. So what is your, you hear Echo, where are you at? You up?
Let me drop a pin for you.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, I'll kind of give her logistics as to where we are and kind of, hey, watch out, there were guys over here. And hey, if you want to take out the guy who's right in front of the fake wall, I'm not going to stop you.
Heck yeah, that sounds like a plan.
When you get off the motorcycle, Steve goes to hold your hand to walk with you.
Aww.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he asks, are you able to open the door? We're going in there, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going in there.
And you can open the door?
Out of character, can I open the door? Is there a reason I couldn't?
Well, it's like an electronic lock, but there are lots of ways to open a door like that. So that's up to you. Could magic force it open? You could hopefully get Ashen on the line. Like, we know Ashen has, admin access. Could probably get it open by remote. Bones could try to hack in. You could do a fireball about it. There are a lot of options.
Yeah, I think probably the most likely thing she would think would be to ask either Ashen or Bones to open the door.
Okay. So Ashen, can you, when you see this alert pop up, what's your reaction?
Oh, I'm like, whew, good. Echo is here. Yeah. I say, great. Hold on a second as I figure out how to open the door she's at. And then I send her, notification as to where to find us.
Okay, cool. So you see from across the street, the door just goes chink and opens that like 3 inches of being unlocked. And Steve looks at you like, wow, that was amazing. I didn't even see the spell. You're incredible.
Oh, no. I mean, technically not a spell, but pretty effective, huh?
What? Oh, you're going to have to explain this magic to me later. But then he kind of leads the way with your hand, and he doesn't so much cast a spell as, like, make a spell, and the two of you turn invisible.
Oh,
as
sweet.
You go across the street.
Great, yeah. Best date ever.
All right. So you let's cut back to Gremlin real quick.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm worried about this feral vampire and letting them out, but at the same time, I want to save them. I'm wondering if a little bit of blood is going to calm them down or not.
How much do you know about? How much have you studied about HMHVV, or have you tried to avoid it all because you don't want it to be true?
I don't think I've really studied that much about it. The person who would have been Queen. But...
Yeah. He certainly knows some stuff. Are Are you going to want to consult with him about it or act without asking?
This is Gremlin we're talking about. She's going to act without asking.
Okay.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't know what you want to do.
I'm just thinking, okay, this pod's tipped over, so they're probably like standing up or like almost face down this like vampire, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is there anything that looks like a bowl or something that could hold some blood around?
I mean, there's a bunch of beakers.
Maybe I'll grab one of the beakers then and go over to the guy who's got the egregious head wound and try and get some of the blood into that.
Yeah, you can slurp a couple ounces in there.
And then go back and try to feed it to this vampire that's freaking out.
Okay. Yeah, I think, hold on. I've got some digital dice that I'm going to use here because the GM rolls too many dice for me to be. My desk isn't that big. Okay, so the vampire in the broken pod looks like, I mean, it starts out just like, like gnashing its teeth, and he's trying to get at you through the like little bit of broken glass, and
sure.
And when you're like trying to figure out how to hand him the thing, he actually like you see him like pull his shit together, like and like wants to like take the thing from you, right?
Sure.
And he like gets his little shot and visibly calms down.
Okay. What's your name?
I can't remember.
That's totally acceptable. I'm going to try and get you out of here, but you have to promise you're not going to go absolutely berserk.
Just on that one. And he's like lifts his chin. You can tell his arms, well, I guess his arms aren't restrained, but he like points at the one that's stuck under the pod. Just that one.
Hey, has anybody got any objections if this guy doesn't leave this room?
Sounds fair to me.
Brad goes, nope.
All right, just this one.
Mm.
And I'm going to try and let him out.
Okay. Yeah, you start prying this open, and then he's actually able to help the rest of the way, and you crack the top off of this thing. And he lunges, and he's pretty unsteady, but fortunately he can just fall onto this other lab tech and grabs him and sinks his teeth in and is going to town. Coyote, I need your microphone.
The button stopped working.
Yeah. So the voice on the other side is like, "What the hell's what?" And you can hear they're about to come through.
Good. Yeah, I am ready. I am posed. I am in my chameleon suit. So they don't know I'm there.
No.
So I'm waiting for them to come on through the threshold, and we're gonna get a little last crusade on them.
Okay, great. So go ahead and make your blades plus agility plus 2 for the sneak attack, I think.
Lovely. So many dice.
Does your sword make the cool shing noise?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm doing the full samurai from the scabbard one slice.
Excellent.
Because if you're gonna do it right.
Yep. Agreed.
Ooh, that was almost a glitch, but it wasn't. But we got 4 successes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You, so the almost glitch is when this person comes through, their voice did not match the size of them. They're 9 foot tall, which is a relatively small troll, but a troll, also in a lab coat, is coming through and you're like, oh, you know, attack higher. And so the the slash takes this guy out in the back and he just crumples to the ground.
Lovely. Love it. Anybody else hungry?
Well, maybe in a minute. Hold on one second. So Echo, you're walking in through that side door, the person-sized door, just in time to see that troll disappear through the fake wall. And the two of you can sort of hustle across the big warehouse floor. There are no alarms going off yet, and no one is seeing you. And you make it back into the lab room, the pod room.
Sweet. Okay. So when I get in there, the troll is really like the enemy standing situation?
No, he got cut down. He got slashed in the back and is like face down. You almost trip over his body when you come in.
Got it. Okay. So I guess I just come in and I'm like, oh, hey friends. How's it going?
A voice that sounds like Echo from nowhere. You're still invisible.
She forgot.
Yeah, Echo's disembodied voice reaches your ears.
Another voice that's disembodied that sounds like Coyote. Welcome to the party.
Sis?
Oh, hey. Oh yeah, I'm invisible.
Okay.
Oh, should I stop?
Totally cool.
Steve asks.
Oh, not yet. It might come in handy.
Oh. There are other hunters in this room. And he's sort of looking around at the pods and some of your friends. Also, your sister looks very different. You know, that sort of stretched out, banshee, scary face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I probably noticed that.
I mean, maybe. It's 50-50 with Echo.
Looks fine to me. So, what's happening in here?
Well, we found out where the red stuff comes from.
Yeah, they were making it from these poor, unfortunate souls.
Oh, that explains. I got kind of like a reconstruction of what happened to Rooster, and it was gross, and also involved vampire blood.
Yeah, that explains a bunch of things.
So the one who's out of his pod looks up from the body that he's feeding on, and there's just, you know, blood all down his chin and into his he's in like a hospital smock kind of thing. It's not the backless gown, but it is clearly like, you know, hospital lab kind of generic shirt and pants sort of thing. What are they doing with it?
Supposedly healing other people with it, but that's not going over so well.
That's not possible. Hey, this is... And then he moves to see if he can help, like undo any of the other pods as you all are moving around in there. I think within a relatively short amount of time, like it just depends on what you all want to do here. Did you want to try to get all these pods open?
Yeah. Let's free these people.
Yeah, it's not cool to keep them locked up like this.
Not to mention, it could be a pretty good distraction when we try to get the red stuff.
Also, they could get revenge on who did this to them if we let them loose in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very high on let's get revenge on all these motherfuckers.
And then we should burn the building down.
With them not in it, I assume.
At the very least.
Yeah, once we get all the friendlies out.
Yeah, that seems fair. Okay. So as you go through the pods, you're able to extract all 5 of them without killing any of them. And they all of them, to a person, there's 2 men and 3 women, and none of them remember their names. So apparently that's not unique to this one guy. But they don't seem to really have anything in particular in common. There's various ethnicities. They don't seem like related. There is an elf, 2 orcs, and 2 humans. So doesn't seem to be any pattern there. They're all, it's like an orc vampire, which is, yeah, Adam. Oh, mic on.
Okay. Apparently the space bar is not working now. Is there anything in the room where I can use to like do it like a brain scan or something like that, and just sort of analyze, have their, I just want to look for like signs of like surgery or like lobotomy or things like that. Or
yeah.
Are they,
So go ahead and let's do a medicine plus logic. Because it actually, the pods, the interface screen on the pod, you can get a lot of information from that while you're trying to crack them out.
Okay.
So you will, you could learn this while that's happening.
Okay. So I believe I think it was 12 dice.
Yeah, that sounds right. Also, while Quinn is doing this research and we're letting everyone else out, the first one who was feeding, was like stopping himself. You saw him stop before finishing off the lab tech and is trying to move this guy around, and Steve just like squats down next to him and helps him like prop the body up. Like, this is a normal thing that we're doing. Like, here, I'll help you. I understand what's happening. And props the body up so that as other vampires are getting out of their pod, they all get like a bite. And it's a share plan, so it's important to share at times like this.
Need a snack. Steve's helping.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 successes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can see they have had surgical implants, but it's so they can have ports in their like major arteries, and they have a like medical suppressant that stops their regenerative abilities, so they don't heal over the implants. But then they're pulling the blood out and filtering it to get some sort of magical process. They also have which because they had their shirts on, you hadn't noticed, but there is a sort of along the lines of part of the Vitruvian Man drawing tattooed on their chests, and it is a magical tattoo that is it's imbuing the blood with the ability to, like, normally if you took blood out of a vampire, it's no longer magical. So it looks like this chest tattoo has a lot to do with whatever that's doing. And the first one who's been out the longest, already his like inner forearm port has like ejected from his body, which Gremlin is a process that you're relatively familiar with. So I don't know, how do you react when he starts like pulling pieces of cybernetics out of himself?
Do you need a hand with that?
Yeah, there's something, I can't reach it.
And she's gonna go and carefully with her elongated claws get around the port piece and just pop it out.
there's a couple that go into either side of the spine, in the back, and yeah, you're able to loosen that, and then his body finishes the healing process because he couldn't quite pull that all the way out. Sure. But yeah, these surgeries are like, I wouldn't say they're shoddy. They're just like not as nice as they could be done. And I think also, Queen, like that's something you're noticing too. Like it's probably lazy more than anything, right? Like it was low quality surgery because they didn't care how these people were going to react to it. So gotcha. That's what happened.
Okay, I want to try and just, if there's anything I can do to sort of help, help like remove pieces or things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's have you roll a medicine plus intuition. Oh, I think your mic cut out.
No, he's on mute still.
Just was not holding down the button while I was using the dice roller. So yeah, 3 successes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're able to actually help direct Gremlin, to some extent of like, oh right, this is like the quickest way to pull this out and kind of speed up their natural process. Is that okay, Gremlin? You're sort of team working on that?
That works for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cool. No problem. The mics are all funny and weird for all of us. It's not a big deal. So the two of you, which is actually kind of a fun throwback to our scene from Denver, where the two of you went to Surgery Town and had some back and forth like that. So I think we get to revisit Gremlin and Queen doing surgery together, but on other people. So, got the band back together for one last surgery.
Oh my.
Those fingernails are a little more dexterous than a scalpel, if not quite as sharp.
They are what they are. I've got no answers at this point. I'm just rolling with it.
Okay, so we get these folks out of their pods, and I'm gonna need Ashen and Coyote to make perception plus intuition rolls as you possibly hear something coming. Oh, actually, I guess Echo could roll too. Do you have the perception skill?
I do have perception. I have a +2 to my perception.
Okay, so let's do your perception plus intuition as well. We'll see how we do, since Queen and Gremlin are busy.
Wow, that is 4 successes.
Holy moly. Okay.
That's good because I got bupkis.
Oh gosh, okay. How many ones did you get, Jay? Oh,
I only got 1.
Okay.
But no successes.
Just 2s, 3s, and 4s.
3 successes for Echo.
Oh, okay, great. So maybe Ashen was helping out with the helping getting folks out of the pods anyway. I think that's kind of where you were anyway. So yeah, you're a little,
let's go with that. Yeah,
a little further down the room. And Steve is just kind of helping everyone as well because he's curious and is being helpful without really saying anything. He's just like, is this okay? This is a thing I can do to help. So Coyote and Echo, you're back by the door and you hear what's been muffled bootsteps, and Echo, you're aware that they were somebody tried to magically silence these footsteps but actually didn't do a very good job. This dice roll is garbage. What do you do about it?
Can I hear how many footsteps it sounds like?
You had 3 successes? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's 6 to 10 people, probably. It's hard to pin it down exactly.
Okay, fair.
But they're like running, not, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I think she's definitely gonna like quietly over comms, just be like, "We have incoming 6 to 10. Prepare for battle."
Okay, Coyote.
Yeah, I think he's gonna again use his chameleon suit to kind of take point on this, and kind of create maybe at least a choke point in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let them come at us, and we're gonna slice and dice and shoot and kill.
So it would be possible, Coyote, with your chameleon suit, you could try to slip out and, like go out and then like try to chameleon against the wall. And if nobody's watching you come out and nobody is using astral perception, you might be able to just chameleon right there and watch them come towards the door. It's up to you what you want to try to do.
I love that. No, I love that so much more. That's kind of what I wanted to do, but didn't think was possible. So yeah, let's do that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I should say, if they have a mage, that's a risk, right? But
I also have 0.25 essence, so I think I have kind of...
Okay, yeah, I'll take that into account. There's a robot by the wall.
For Echo, I think she would want to go to the side of the door, assuming that they're going to come in through the door.
Yeah.
And then I can flame throw them as they come in.
Oh, yikes. Okay. Good to know.
Very glad I'm not standing at that door for him anymore.
Yeah. So, Coyote, go ahead and roll your agility plus sneaking. Sneaking, all right, let's look. Precious. Sneaking?
That's 4 successes with 2 1s. Ooh. 3 1s. I'm sorry.
All right. Nice. So yeah, you slip out the door. There's just a tiny blur as you then, flatten against the wall, and you can see there are in fact 9 security guards that have just come like running down the stairs from that second floor. The second floor is like half of the building, so you could like look out down here from up there. So they come, jogging down the stairs. They're coming around, and of the 9 of them, you can clearly see, I think you've certainly heard enough about the chief of security here to recognize Agnes Lee at the front of, 8 other security guards. And they have assault rifles and numerous other sort of belt pouches and, security armor and that sort of thing. And it looks like they're coming around to, engage this corner of the building. Although most of them look very confused because they are clearly looking at an empty corner of the building, right? Like most of these guards don't know there's a secret door back here. And they're like, I guess it's a drill? I don't know. So.
Am I able to do a live feed from my HUD so they can see what I'm seeing?
Definitely.
All right, I'm going to do that so I don't make any noise so they can know what's the skinny.
Okay, so everyone gets a little pop up in your glasses or whatever.
And I go, oh no, this is complicated.
Yep.
You
had to know it would come to this.
I did, but I sent her an immediate message.
Oh, you messaged Lee.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I'm like, baby, for your good, hang back.
Wait, what? That's what you get back.
You got to trust me on this just for the next 5 minutes and hang back.
Are you here? I can't just leave my men.
I'm just saying, there's bad in here.
What have you done? Ashen, what did you do?
I didn't do much, but Rise has done some bad things that are about to come home to roost.
You're going to need to give me more than that for this situation. And so, Coyote, you can see they've taken up, there's 3 and 3 have taken up positions on, sort of cover positions on a knee with, kind of watching the exit of this room. And then Lee and 2 of the others were walking towards the door, guns at the ready, but now have stopped. And, Lee kind of put up her hand to stop everyone. and is clearly having some back and forth. The security probably thinks she's getting information from management. But yeah, that's what, and everyone can see this stop, right? You've got your picture in picture.
And you know what? I mean, can I share my chat with just my team?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I share it with them, and I'm like, as I'm just, listen, I don't just, hey, if you want to send guys in here first, but given everything that's gone on and given our situation, believe me, there's a mess in here that you don't want any part of.
Anyone want to react to that text stream? You all can see the messages Ashen's been sending back and forth.
What the actual fuck, Ashen?
Jay, your mic.
I just say this to Gremlin. Listen, my time in here got complicated. There's some things I haven't filled you guys in yet. All I want to do is make sure she's off limits.
And everybody else is fair game.
I don't care about any of them. I don't care about anything else in this building.
Adam?
You've been banging the big, scary orc lady?
Well, if you put it that way, it makes it sound real dirty, but it was, not like that. But regardless, that's not the important part. The important part is she's off limits.
Well, I don't care that it's dirty. It's just that, she works for the evil corporation. So is this okay?
So she does. She's not a bad person. I don't know if she knew about any of this stuff in here. We can find that out later and deal with it accordingly. But for right now, off limits.
Coyote sends the raised eyebrow emoji.
Ashen says she's off limits. She's off limits.
Kill every other motherfucker out there. I don't care about them.
Any chance because you're super hot and she likes you, she's just gonna let us walk out of here with these poor vampire folks?
It's not. I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
So you get a message back, Ashen, and I guess everyone can see it because you're streaming your message. The message comes back and says, I want to help you, but you have to tell me what's happening. What did they do that's so bad? Microphone.
I turn on my camera and I just take a look at the vampire.
Well, who is that?
This is where the red stuff comes from.
Okay. Now, I need you to make a charisma plus negotiation roll +4.
Charisma is 4. Negotiation is 3. And then I get to add 4 more?
Yeah.
Three successes.
Ooh, okay. That's good.
Hold on. Oh, shit. No. Only 3 glitches, not half.
Okay, phew. Okay, no glitch. Coyote, you see and are able to film Lee holds up her hand again, and even the two that were with her stop and sort of peel off to take cover positions. And she does some sort of, hand gesture, and also you could see like she's messaging back and forth with her group. And then she lowers the barrel a little bit and is walking towards the door by herself.
Okay, I'm going to take a position so that when the firefight that I'm assuming is going to starts, I can start taking people out from the back. And so that...
Oh, your mic went out.
Yeah, it's just basically getting behind the people hanging back and be able to take them out.
Okay, so you want to circle around a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so let's do a new sneaking roll for that, because the camouflage suit, it has to work now.
Sounds good. 6, 8, 10.
It's okay. It's basically impossible to glitch this.
How dare you?
I'm not a good person.
Hey, at least we haven't had to deal with those crazy Shadowrun dice.
Oh man, that's the biggest bummer of all.
You are so lucky. Not a glitch, but barely. But 4 successes.
The dice hear me, they know me. Okay, so yeah, you're able to edge around, and so you have taken up a position behind one of the groups, but they're split out pretty well. Like, they definitely know their tactics. And so you are behind 3 of them, and will definitely be able to get the jump on those 3, if it comes to that. Echo, what are you doing in this?
I think if she's seen that Agnes Lee is coming through the door alone, she is not going to flamethrow the door.
Yeah.
Because that would be rude.
Mm-hmm.
Think she is probably, where is Steve in relation to me right now?
He's sitting on the counter next to you. He seems like sort of vaguely engaged with what's happening, but is watching.
So I think he's not on the comm chat, so she would like just kind of take his hand and say, "Hey, the big orc lady is coming in. We can't hurt her. Ashen loves her."
Oh, not food.
Not food. The rest can be food.
Okay. And he just seems sort of nonplussed by the whole thing. Like, all right. And Gremlin, did we get a reaction for this reveal? I think you were saying something.
I just said, what the fuck to Ashen.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But you'll let her come in?
I'm actually going to turn to the vampires.
Uh-huh.
And go, not this one.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're definitely their leader now.
Yeah, obviously.
Trying to see if I can find a good Shadowrun security armor. Let's see. Yeah, this is a pretty good example. We'll just use this. I don't know. Oh, cool. My dog is going to bark right outside the window. Thanks, Janet. All right. So this is the kind of suit that they have on. Don't worry about all the extra junk on there. It just looks like this. It's cool. But it's the sort of upper half face shield with their mouths uncovered. And she, Agnes comes through by herself, gun at the ready, eyes wide. If anyone would like to roll intuition to see if she's aware of what's going on here or not, you could, if anyone wants to see if she's lying, she is apparently shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see.
Okay, so intuition plus willpower, I think, is the...
That's 6 dice for me.
And anyone can roll if you want.
I think I'm focused on helping the vampire folks. I trust everybody else to handle the not getting me killed thing.
Okay.
3 successes for me.
Okay.
No glitch.
So that is a pretty clear read. Your gut says she's for real. Like, she's never seen this space before. And she's just looking around wide-eyed as she's passed through. So she apparently had the information that there is an invisible wall or a, fake illusory wall, and invisible wall would not be very helpful at all. and has now had permission to go beyond it and had no idea what was going on back here. And she's just looking from person to person like, what is this?
I run on over. I'm like, hey. So this is the source of, this is what Rise Company does. It has taken these people, siphoning off their blood and changing it so it can put it into people. And that's how the healing works. That's how all of this has worked. That's
fucking crazy.
It's crazy, but that's what they're doing. That's what this company is. Yeah, I was as shocked to find out about it as you were. I stumbled upon these people trying to free their friends, these vampires, and we can't just let this go on.
Okay. Let me see if I can go talk to my men. Oh my God, this is... And then she, you all can actually hear the noise inside her helmet, right? Like she must have like a headset or something. There's this super high pitch, like almost dog whistle tone that is so loud you all can hear it outside the helmet, and actually like all the vampires and the banshee person can hear it extra. And no thank you. And she crumples and collapses to the ground. And Quixote, you can see one of the three you're hiding behind like touches the side of their helmet, nods, and verbally out loud says, "Okay, everybody move up." And apparently they've gotten new orders.
All right. Do they look like they're getting ready to fire, or are they just closing ranks?
It's hard to tell. They are getting up to move forward. And they've got their guns ready, so it's like, what's the difference?
And I did hear the high-pitched noise because I'm not in the room with her, so I probably knew that's happening.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have heard it.
So I think they're moving in, so I'm gonna attack.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to that. Ashen, what's your reaction to Lee collapsing to the ground? Microphone.
I tried to catch her.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right, because and then take her sort of like move her to like the furthest corner.
Okay. Also, Queen, you have seen this corporate tactic before. It's a control tactic to like squeal someone's speakers, their headset, to disable them. So yeah.
I was going to ask if I could tell what this was. I figure I knew. Can I go with Ashen and with her and just try and rip her helmet off and then check her to see if there's any bleeding or anything?
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. There is blood coming out of her ears. You get the helmet off with Ashen. You and Ashen are sort of getting her back to cover, sort of. Get the helmet off. There's blood coming out of her ears. And you could definitely make a medicine check if you wanted to do that for first aid. Sorry, not medicine. Logic plus first aid.
And I get +2 because of my analytical mind.
Yep.
I think.
Also, I should note, Gremlin, the vampires have had enough to be not just raving lunatics, but they are weak and not really going to be much in a fight right now.
Not until they get something to eat.
Correct.
Oh, noted.
They need something to fuel the regeneration. 2 successes, Adam?
Good to know.
Okay.
Two successes. Oh, I got 4 ones.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, you get you manage to apply a trauma patch, which is what's happening. She's not like in shock about to die, but her body is like, I don't know what to do with this, because that's what that sonic attack is supposed to do. And you had always read about it as like, this is the humane thing to do for our security forces if somebody gets mind controlled or whatever. This is like a normal, peaceful way to handle, you know, a problem like this. And you are now seeing it, I think maybe for the first time up close. And it's pretty horrible. Like her face is like scrunched up in pain, like she's as if she's still hearing it. Even though you're helping her, and she's like now sort of aware, but she's basically unconscious for all intents and purposes. But yeah, you're able to help.
Okay, yeah, and I'll like describe this to Ashen. I'll tell him what's happened as I'm trying to fix her. And
you don't know that about her, so I don't know if you want to ask Ashen or if you just want to wait and you know she's stable.
Yeah. Well, I know she's security, and I feel like the size of her makes me think she's not intended like she's not probably a mage the way she's dressed. You know, like
that is discriminatory.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna worry about clearing that. I think it's safe to say she could accept that, and I'm just gonna slap this dim patch on her.
So Ashen.
Yes.
You know what a stim patch is. You know they're not good for mages, and they're generally discouraged for pregnant people.
I try to stop that stim pack.
Okay. Ashen grabs your wrist.
Ashen.
Ashen,
this will help.
Yeah, no, I know what it does, and I know why you're putting it on there. So, well, I'll say she's not a mage.
Well, the only other problem would be if she's pregnant. So I think we're okay.
So she's not a mage.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So let's just let her rest and recover naturally and focus on killing all those other guys.
Okay. You do the killing. I'm going to take care of her. Don't let me die either.
Yes. Yeah, I'm assuming the company did this to her, right?
It's...
Go ahead. You can answer that.
Standard corporate procedure. It's bullshit. I had mine removed when I got my Simpsons Vertigo looked at right after.
Yeah.
All right.
Figures much. All right.
So that exchange happened in the 5 seconds before Quixote leaps into action. So let's have Quixote make an attack, and then we'll sort of do initiative, I guess. It's a little tricky in this format.
So this is really weird because I feel awkward. This is probably the best roll I'm ever going to have in Shadowrun ever. Oh. And there's no visual proof of it.
Oh, no. Take a picture with your phone.
I might just. I rolled 8 successes.
Oh, my God. That's very good. For your attack?
Yeah, for my samurai attack.
Did you add 2 for the sneak attack?
I did not.
Hey, look at that guy.
Still 8 successes.
That's weird. Adam drove all the way over to your house.
We figured out the teleporter.
Oh, that's very convenient.
Very much so.
So we've got 8 successes on sneak attack. I mean, that's just you skewered a dude. You know, you slipped in behind, dropped this guy down, and in fact, like, let him back down to the ground easily, so that he doesn't make a huge clatter. And you got the one most behind, so the 2 moving up are only sort of aware that something happened. They're not like, what? To them it sounded like, oh, this guy kicked over a box or something. So let's all roll initiative.
Sounds good. How does that work again? Because I don't remember.
It is, I think you have 3 dice plus your.
I think it's plus 8. I think that was.
It should be agility plus intuition plus a number of dice.
Got a 13.
Okay. Okay, so I've got Quinn at 19. Echo at 13.
15.
15 for
Plus
Gremlin.
how many dice?
I think you've got 3 dice, Ashen.
That's a 24.
Oh, Lord.
I signaled the good rolls for finale, apparently.
And we just add them up?
Yeah, this is the one time where we add the dice together.
How many dice again? Sorry, I'm just making sure.
3 dice.
3 dice. That's...
Plus your agility and intuition. Just add it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Plus
you don't roll agility and intuition. Just roll 3 dice, sum them, and then add in the value of agility and intuition.
$16.
Okay, 16 for Ashen, and these guys got a 12, which isn't bad, but is last. So I'm sure this will be fine.
You suck.
Quixote, you started this mess. You get to go again, though.
Good. Let's see if I can do that again.
Okay, you've got 2 more within easy reach of you. And
am I still getting sneak attack on this, or are we?
I'm going to put you a regular attack for this. Quinn, you're on deck, just FYI.
Well, that's a lot of 2s,
Cool.
but 4 successes.
Okay, so 4 successes. I'm actually going to get to roll something. Let's see. Well, those aren't D6s, so that's not really going to work. Okay. Oh, okay. I also got 4 hits, but ties goes to the attacker, so that goes to you. You're going to do the base damage of the weapon. I don't really want to track 1,000,000 damages. What's the damage for your sword?
That's a great question for the studio.
Okay, so we'll say it's probably 8. That seems.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an 8 there in my brain.
Yeah. Or 80, one of those two.
Let your conscience be your guide.
Yeah. So this one was the one who was turning around to see what that noise was, and just barely, you're a blur. So they're not able to affect a counterattack, but they, sort of knock your sword away a couple times just from flailing, and then you're ching, ching, and just stab straight through. Sorry about smacking my microphone. I don't know if that made a noise or not. But I get very animated. This is exciting. Yeah, you slash this person. They're not totally out of the fight yet. But that's where we are.
I'll take it.
The Quinn, you're up, and Ashen is on deck.
Okay. Suddenly the space bar to unmute stuff.
Yeah, it seems to quit sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I noticed if you don't click out of the chat box, it'll just be putting spaces in the chat window.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that could be it.
That's what I've been doing, I think. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm just gonna try and do some first aid on her, on Agnes, and see if I can sort of bring her back to consciousness and stop the bleeding and all that.
Without using a stim patch?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that would really solve the whole problem. One stim patch would just fix the whole thing.
I know. Yeah. Stupid Ashen and his sperm. Okay. All right,
it's technically the problem in this scene, yes.
Sorry, everybody.
You are
Things
not.
happen.
That is a lie.
Nah. Sorry, not sorry.
That's only 2 successes.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to heal 2 of her wounds. She's basically at 8 stun now, which is almost all of it, you know? And so she's at -3 to everything. Oh, no, -2. She's almost at -3.
Okay.
But yeah, she's sort of coming around. You and Ashen are able to, she's like getting her eyes focused. I guess you probably, is she laying flat? That's probably the easiest thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, probably lay her flat so Ashen's free to go help take care of bad guys.
Okay. So she reaches up, and Quinn, she lists off a string of characters, about 12 characters, and Ashen, you recognize it as a security code, but you didn't hear enough of it. You just recognize what it was. Quinn, you may have actually like absorbed all these numbers. Do you want to do a quick logic? And don't you have like a math skill or something?
I had the analytical mind skill,
okay, so let's,
which gives me a +2 on logic test to like analyze. I also have like perception of 6.
Okay, so let's roll your logic plus perception +2, which is a weird roll, but okay.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Oh my
actually.
god! Yeah, you
Jesus.
easily memorized the string of characters that she hisses at you, because she doesn't have
like...
the.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like this dice roller is real nice to me.
Just like the black and white dice.
They are nice to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, like 3 other people shaking their heads in disgust.
It's very unhappy people. The code that you've identified as some sort of security code that she has given you, and she is trying to pull herself to lean against the wall, so that she can get up and sort of get her weapon semi ready, even though she's not ready to get to her feet. Ashen?
I'm like, hey, you've been stunned pretty hard. Sit down. Rest. We got you.
Yeah.
And I just
want to be able to shoot if someone comes in here.
It's okay. We'll be ready to get your breath. Stay here. That code, I'm gonna input that code into the system here. Okay?
Yeah, it should help.
Yep, and that's exactly what I do.
Okay. So what you have, and both of you, I don't know, Quinn, do you enter the code as well? Like into your comlink?
Yeah, I basically just like offer my comlink that has Agnes's Agnes's access over to Quinn, like put it in here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I'll just punch it in.
Yeah, so you're able to duplicate it across the 2 comlinks. So both of you have access here, and what you have is security chief access, which Ashen already had, plus the emergency access that she has to like verbally apply to a situation to change the outcome in some way. And the thing that you're being given access to is basically the evacuation code for the building. To tell everyone to evacuate.
Great. Let's fire that up.
Yeah.
Is there any way for me, looking at it, I'm not computer savvy, but is there any way to like generate feedback into the other guy's comms, like loud noise, squeal, like some way to disrupt their communication and movement?
Yeah, I mean, you could do the thing that management just did to her. But you would have to do a little bit of hacking, which we can do. You don't have computer skill, but we can definitely wing it. It is your turn. And if you want to try and do a quick hack roll, maybe get Bones on the line, And
that's what I would like to do. Get Bones on the line and be like, hey, I want to incapacitate all these dudes right now.
Okay, so you would have to roll logic -2 for not having computer skill. That your logic is 3, right?
My logic is 3, yeah.
Okay, so that's 1, and you're gonna get 2 for her code, and 4 for Bones remoting in because she still kind of has backdoor access. So that is 8? No, 7. 7 dice.
7 dice.
And then I have to roll a device resistance.
All right, 7 dice coming at you. I would like to burn edge.
Okay.
So I'll burn my 2nd point of edge for the night.
You just have the 2, right? It was nice having that big pool, wasn't it? Adam, the stripes on your jacket make your background look very cool. Your background shows through the stripes.
All right, cool. So that's 3 successes.
Okay, that's good because the device got 2. So the so now I have to do an agility to see how quickly. Oh no, that's not a correct roll.
If you think the stripes are cool, look at my cup.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Yeah. I just got started in Westworld yesterday. The new episode is out. Okay, so the what were left outside? 8 people, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 4 of them, Coyote, I think you're in a front seat for this. I imagine Echo, are you stepping out of the invisible wall or illusory wall, or were you staying inside? Okay. But everyone can see Coyote's feed. So 4 of these folks just dropped to the ground, and the other 4 managed to rip their helmets off quickly enough that they're not incapacitated. But it seems to be a binary on or off, right? So the 4 who didn't make it, just boom, someone cut their strings and they collapsed to the floor. The other 4 somehow, got the helmets off quickly enough to not be incapacitated.
How were the 2 I was dealing with? The one that I cut and the one that was right in front of him?
The one who... Oh, well, that's a good question. I'm just going to roll for it. Let's see. The one who was not cut got his helmet off. The other one did not. So the one who you needed to finish off is finished off by corporate. Well, actually by Ashen, but yeah.
I did it. I am a powerful sorcerer.
Yes. I'm a great wizard. Okay, so Gremlin, you're up, and Echo is on deck.
All right, so I know what I want to do, and it's a matter of figuring out how to do it and if I can, because I want to scare the crap out of these guys.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's time for the fear roll. Have I given you what the fear roll is?
You have, but
okay.
I don't have it handy.
Oh,
so what I really want to do is kind of like phase through what looks like the solid wall and just come like melding out from this solid piece looking completely horrifying.
I love it.
And just like claws back and just shriek at them and try and scare the crap out of them and get them to a point where they are hopefully going to be easy targets for my new vampire friends.
Yeah, they are certainly close enough for the big fear roll. What we want here is... here it is. You're going to roll intimidation +4 plus charisma. And I'm going to roll charisma plus willpower. It's not great, Dan.
Roll all ones, Jason.
I did get a critical glitch on one of them.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. So a couple of them also got 2, but again, tie goes to the attacker. One of them got 1, which is a fail, and the other one got a critical glitch. So I think that one is with the running and the screaming. Of the one who got the helmet off, I think it was probably the one closest to the door, got the helmet off like, and, is ready to go in, and then you're the first thing. You come literally screaming out of there. What would you liken your scream unto? What is it similar to?
I mean, I think it's just like that silver scream queen sound. But if you took all of the scream queens and layered it all together,
that's
into
a nightmare
one sound.
I love it. Okay, yeah, that's really good. And it probably goes on longer than a human breath should allow. A
scream should last about approximately 20 seconds, I found out recently. So definitely longer than that.
Terrifying that you know that. And admirable, I mean.
But not unexpected.
Right. I'm really glad.
On brand.
Glad that you know that and shared it with us. Thank you. Everything you do is right.
Except when it's left.
Yes. Yeah.
Get off the stage.
Okay, so 2 of these folks, well, one of them turns and just books it, and probably, I think, runs into something on the way out because it just was in full terror mode. Another one is running a little bit more carefully. The other 2 are shaken but not stirred. So they are diving for cover and they're trying to figure out what to do, but they still have their weapons and they're gonna try to do something, but they're definitely at a disadvantage.
But one of them is definitely like out of commission right now. You said he like ran into something.
Oh yeah, I think he went and booked it and just like beamed himself on a forklift that was not set to OSHA standards. And was left somewhat elevated and just bing, knocks himself out, does the whole like feet, ass over tea kettle, running flip and just flat on the floor.
Do I have time to say one final thing?
Sure.
I'm going to say it loud enough for the other vampires to hear. I'm just going to go, feed.
Oh, God. Okay, that's terrifying. Echo.
Yes. So these dudes are the 2 that are still have weapons are on the other side of the wall, yes?
Yeah, and they're taking cover because Gremlin is scary.
Can I sort of assume where they are based on Quixote's feed?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you've seen it. Quixote is dealing with one of them. Well, it sort of like dove away from Quixote when they were frightened, and then the other one is sort of away from where Quixote is and would be difficult for him to get to right away. But you saw where he dove to, basically.
Okay. Let's see. I think I would like to pop out of the wall and cast a spell at that guy and then duck back in it.
Okay, so if it's not flamethrower, you'll have to see them to be able to cast it. So you'd have to like run around to be able to see behind their cover.
Okay. Well, if he's not near Quixote, then let's just flamethrow him.
Yeah, the one on the right, let's say, like, so Quixote's off to the left with one over there, and then there's one over to the right that is not near anyone that you care about.
Cool. Let's set him on fire.
Okay. You just won't be able to, like, double back real quickly. Because you're going to have to...
That's okay. We'll be busy being on fire, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm going to do a dodge roll. And you're going to do that. What do I... Oh, it's more than that. Whoops. I only got 1 dodge.
I got 7 successes.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to look up armor real quick. Okay, it is a lot.
Oh, it was a 4-6, by the way.
Okay, so you got to keep 6 successes.
So I got to keep 6.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a helmet, so I don't have that much armor. Oh my god. I only got 2 hits on 10 dice. That's
Correction,
not...
I got 8 successes.
But could only keep 6.
Only get to keep 6.
Yeah. Do you want to roll for drain?
No, but I will.
I'm sure you'll get 8 successes again.
It'll hear you.
I know. Bad guys are on deck, and then it's Coyote again. Or bad guy, I think.
3, and it's force -1, so I take 2.
Okay. I take a bunch of damage, but I'm not totally out. So this guy, his armor takes the brunt of it and doesn't catch fire. There's a bunch of stuff that's burning around him, but his armor like burns and like melts, gets a little melty, but mostly sheds the fire. He's burned, right? He's very badly burned, but is not out of the fight.
Also, the building is on fire a little?
A little bit, yeah. There are alarms going off at this point, audible alarms of, alerts and all that stuff. And I get to take a turn. So there's one pointing a gun at Coyote and one at Echo, if I have that right.
If the one pointing the gun can see me with my chameleon suit, then yeah.
Oh, yeah, he'll be at -4 to his roll for that.
Was I still invisible?
Not after you cast the spell.
Okay.
Making an attack cancels the invisibility. Okay, so let's go. -4 makes it that many. So Coyote, go ahead and make your dodge roll. I only got 1 hit.
Okay, so let's see.
And Echo, you should make a dodge roll as well.
How do I do that?
That's your intuition plus agility. And Echo, you need to dodge 3. Coyote, you got a clean dodge, I assume?
Yeah, I've got like 4, 5, 6. I'm rolling at home all the time now. That's 5 successes. I cannot believe this.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, the shot on Coyote, this guy ducks out from where he dove from being afraid, and he looks shaken. His eyes are wide. He's like, I don't know. They're everywhere. They're in the trees. It's the scene from Terminator, where he's just full auto spraying the warehouse, trying to get you, and you just step like, nope, you missed. You're bad at this. Echo, how'd you do?
I only got 2.
Okay, so I've got 1, which is bad, because guns come with a minimum damage. But you have armor, right? You have an armor jacket, I think?
Yeah, I have an armored jacket.
So that's, I think, 12 plus your body score is what you get to roll next. And I think you're looking at like 12 damage. No, 10 damage. There were supposed to be more bad guys.
If only you knew the GM who could bring in more bad guys.
Oh, they're coming. I just thought this fight would go a little longer.
I got 7.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, so you only take 3 damage. Did you have any physical damage already? Okay, so then that just puts you at -1 to your. So remember, you're -1 to all your rolls right now. Because you only have 2 drain as well, right? Echo.
No, I have 4.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But with the damage modifiers, you just take the highest one. They don't stack. So the highest is -1. So you just have -1 to all your rolls. Okay, and at the end of the round, the alarms start going off in earnest, and you can hear Ashen. You're like interfering with it to the extent that you can, Ashen. But the security channels are scrambling, and squads are like going onto their own private channels because they know they've been hacked, and they're trying to get security out there. And Bones has been ejected from the system as the building has basically air gapped itself, where there is now no longer a matrix access. So if she were here, she could be very helpful, but she's locked out now.
Got it.
Coyote, we're back to you. Everyone subtract 10 from your initiative, which is everyone is able to do this at least once. Coyote will get to do it twice. So Coyote on 14.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and attack the guy that tried to shoot at me and failed miserably.
Yeah, that was rude.
That's 3 successes.
Okay. I will try a dodge. What is dodge? Intuition plus willpower? No. Intuition plus agility. That's more than that. You had how many successes? Oh, I also got 3, but tie goes to the attacker, so minimum damage. I'm going to roll my armor. I don't have a helmet. Oh my god. Okay. 1 success on 10 dice. Almost a glitch. Cool.
Oh my god.
Cool. Okay, so you're using the sword, right? Okay, so it's 7 damage then, because he's able to sort of knock it away at the last second. I think you see your sword sort of catch the light, and he's aware, and then the sprinklers come on, and your form is outlined in the water that's coming down, and he's just able to like keep himself from getting skewered, but his like gauntlets and gloves are all cut up as he's like using his gun to block your sword. But yeah, you still do 7 damage to him, and he's all kinds of cut up.
I love it.
Gremlin, the room smells like blood.
You're welcome.
But
Huzzah!
It's Quinn's turn, and Ashen is on deck.
Okay, how's Agnes doing?
Agnes is stable.
Okay, and are the vampires
The vampires are mostly weakened. They haven't had a chance to feed yet, and they're gonna go at the very end. They're basically gonna go on 0 after all of you have gone because they're very groggy and disoriented. But like nobody is in danger of dying right now, but they do need to feed.
Okay, and are any of them actually looking hungrily towards me and or Agnes?
No, and in fact, they haven't even killed Brad's friend, the lab tech. That guy is technically still alive.
Oh, okay, all right. So I'm gonna try and just keep Agnes under cover and just sort of guard her. I do pull out my gun and label and load the stun ammo in it.
Oh, okay.
Just kinda get ready to defend me and
okay.
Agnes.
Cool. So you also note that the alarms are going off. You hear the sprinklers go off, but there is no sprinkler system in the pod room. So there's no water in here. And Yeah. Okay, so you are ready, and if somebody invades this space, you will get to take a shot.
Cool, thank you.
Yep.
I also have a holographic cat.
Yeah, that's very cute. Oh. Okay, Ashen, you're up, and then Gremlin.
Was I able to, before they sort of air gapped everything and like figured out what was going on, was I able to get the evacuation code out?
Yes.
Everyone from the building?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so that's part of what's going off right now is this
Great.
massive alert, and everyone needs to evacuate.
Cool. So while, I see that Agnes is in good care in Queen's hand, so I start making my way out towards where the guys are. Move past our vampires and our vampire-y friend. Oh, I grab the other guy, because the other guy is still standing, right?
Brad. Oh, yeah, Brad the tech is sort of crouching with you because he...
Yeah, I grab him like, Brad, is there any other way out of this room?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I push him towards the corner and be like, take a look.
Okay, I'll start looking around. And he starts like checking wall panels and...
Yeah, so have him look, and then, I make my way towards the front to go join the battle.
Okay, so there's a couple different options. We've got the one that Echo is burninating, and we'll probably have something to say about that. He did shoot at her a bit. There's the one that Quixote is fighting, and I don't think any of you know that Quixote is now more visible now that the sprinklers came on out there, but there's that active fight. And then you're also aware of all of the security alerts that went off, that all these squads are now on scrambled channels. So there are going to be more squads coming downstairs pretty quickly.
And Agnes's codes don't work anymore for any more distraction or anything else.
No, she's been locked out because they've identified her as a traitor.
Got it. All right. Well, then I guess I'll pop out of the wall and take a shot at which one's closer, Quixote or Bernie?
They're pretty equally distant. Although Quixote is in the direction of the stairs, if you wanted to be able to cover people coming down the stairs as well.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at Quixote's guy.
Okay. He's behind cover from your position, but that just means he gets an extra dodge dice.
All right, cool. So
and the way that my dice are rolling, it's not going to matter.
So it's body plus... I think I've got a 3 in firearms.
It's agility plus firearms.
Agility, so
probably a bunch.
4 for agility, and then 3 for firearms.
So. I rolled a bunch. Sorry.
Only 2 successes.
Okay. I dodged all of it.
That's all right.
This guy's just moving so erratically, trying to deal with Quixote, and you don't want to hit Quixote, obviously, and you try to. Oh, it's actually you're using your pistol, right?
Yeah.
You get a second shot with that. You roll again.
Oh, good. Oh, let me try again. With my second shot. 7 more dice coming at you.
I think you're supposed to add 1 for your smart link as well. I know you have external smart link, but I need your mic.
So that is 6 successes.
Oh, okay.
No glitch.
I got 4 on my dodge, so that's not good enough. I'm gonna roll armor. No helmet is only 3 hits. Okay, so this guy has fought off Quixote's sword and ripped his helmet off in time to not be knocked out. Is desperately trying to fight back against this invisible wraith. And you come around the corner and you fire 1, miss, make it look like it was on purpose, herding him into the right position, and your second one just gets him right between the eyes, and he's down. Nicely done. So Ashen in for the kill steal versus Quixote.
Sorry, Quixote.
Took it right out from under you.
I had to vulture it.
And Gremlin, you're up, and then Echo.
I'm super going after the guy that was attacking my sister.
Okay, so you're gonna have to run around there. You're probably gonna have to do a hand-to-hand attack unless you want to try to force yourself back into elf form.
Oh no, I want to do hand-to-hand. I super want to slash at him with my horrible, horrible claws.
Okay, so you're going to roll. I don't think we've really done a full one of these yet. I haven't given you your claws damage, have I?
I don't think so.
No. It's so much. It's so much. Okay, so you're gonna... I'm going to insist that you add essence to this roll.
Okay.
You're going to roll essence plus agility plus your unarmed combat.
Unarmed combat is part of the close combat?
Yes.
Okay. It's so many dice.
Did Joey fall asleep? Oh no, it's just your bedroom eyes fooled me.
Oh my god, so many dice. Hold on.
My dice roller.
Holy fuck. Let's see, that's 2, 4.
Oh, I only got 3.
5.
Okay, that's a bunch. So you're gonna do your strength plus essence plus 1.
Okay, so let's see, that's that plus...
You don't have to roll this. This is just your flat damage. I have to roll armor against. I just need to know the total number.
The total number would be 10.
Okay. And how many successes over 3 did you have? You had 5 successes?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I'm actually rolling against 12 damage. Although my armor is a little bit better against, like, knives and shit. I don't know why. It should be better against bullets. Really? Okay. 2 hits on 12 dice. You get what you get. Describe your kill.
Well, I'll preface by saying I've been watching a lot of American Horror Story Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very much that coming in and sweeping in between this dude and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the quick slash across the neck.
And then we've got all these boxes and crates on fire and the sprinklers trying to put it out. Yeah. Where
it looks like everything's fine and he's just kind of like a haha, you've missed face.
Oh no.
And then sort of the neck sort of goes back and there's just slashes as his head goes back and it's just blood
just
gushing
gore
out of neck wounds.
Love it. That's lovely. Okay. Echo, this is perfect timing for you. It seems like all the bad guys are gone.
Bad guys are dead. That's time to get out of the building and set it on fire.
Sure. Yeah, all the alarms are going off. Sprinklers are on. The fires that you started just now are basically out. Like, they're going to go out in a second. So you just want to head for the exit?
I set more stuff on fire first?
That's up to you. You definitely can. The sprinklers are not, like, they don't get to roll versus flamethrower. It's up to you how you want to handle that.
Yeah, I think okay, so there's like the staircase past Quixote where can I hear if anyone is coming?
Not over the alarms. And I don't know if anyone has anyone mentioned the backup that's coming over the comms? I don't think anyone said it. Ashen knows. I think Ashen's the only one that knows, and you didn't get around to saying something.
I haven't had a chance to say anything
yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Your mic, Sam.
if it looks like everyone's down and we're planning to flee, I just want to set like the opposite direction that we're not going to flee in on fire. That way, if anyone's trying to chase us, flames.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of boxes and supplies in here that, you know, it's like a little mini Costco of just, you know, this is like they buy all their stuff in bulk. And because people live here, it's also an apartment building and a lab and everything. So let's do a big flamethrower spell. There's no dodge because boxes don't dodge. So it's just how good a spell do you get?
Sweet.
Also, don't forget your power focus when you cast. Okay.
-1.
Yes. This is very exciting.
6.
Oh, okay. Well, that is quite a fire. Let's roll your drain.
Seven.
Oh gosh, that's all of the drain, right? No, no. There's no. What do you call it?
No, like net success.
Yeah, like debt repayment. No. All right. So yeah, boxes flame into life, and the sprinklers are just barely keeping up. It seems like they're not gonna be able to in the long run, especially if you start some more fires on the way out. So yeah, that's and as you blast this fire across the room, Steve appears next to you, like just sort of steps out of the shadows, and asks, "Are we done with this place? Did we need anything here?"
Oh no, this place needs to be burned to the ground. The corporation is very bad.
Oh, you are hunting them.
Oh yes, my goal has been to destroy this corporation all along.
Oh. Well, if they're your prey, is it okay if I help? I don't want to get in your way.
That would be really sweet. I would love that.
Okay. And then he collapses in a pile of spiders, and they skitter away.
Aww.
Okay. So at the bottom of the initiative round, a bunch of stuff happens off screen, and the vampires come out of the side room and have a number of options available to them. So they each settle in. However, it's worth noting to anybody who can see auras that they don't. So any of the guards who are just knocked out are the ones that they go to. There's like, the ones who all got their headsets set off are the ones they go to, and they don't leave any of them dead. So they come out, feed for a minute, and leave them. So for whatever that's worth. Yeah, Adam.
I'm not sure if I missed this in after I left last time, or if this hasn't been addressed. But did we get Rooster out of here?
No, he's up in the med bay.
Okay, so all right, and we all know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Good point. Good point. Rooster's still upstairs.
I don't think Echo knows that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to interrupt your turn. I was trying very hard not to over inform.
Yeah, that's true. Echo wouldn't know that. Yeah, but the rest of us would.
But there's a real good fire going down here. It's going to spread for sure. So let's go. We're sort of out of initiative for the moment. Let's sort of collect our scene here, and then we're going to wrap for tonight. what and we'll go ahead and come back for our finale in 2 weeks, a proper finale. Okay. So, what's the scene?
I'm now that everything's kind of stopped in terms of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to sort of hoist Agnes up and pull her towards the door.
Yeah, she climbs to her feet and is moving with you.
So I just mentioned it in whoever's left in the room. Like, do we know where Rooster is? Did we get him? Oh, I guess to the Ashen, because I know Ashen came back and saw him. So, Ashen, do we know where Rooster is? We need to get him out of here.
Shit, right. He's still upstairs. We need to go get him.
Should we also get a sample of this red stuff so we can have some proof to what they did here?
Yeah, I was thinking grab as many computers and as much tech from this room that we can grab. Any sort of evidence of this, and then let's get going.
Yeah, we should get out of here quickly. I didn't know Rooster was still in here, and I definitely set the building on fire.
Well, I'm going to go for Rooster.
All right. Gremlin, I think out of the heat of the moment, you're probably going to revert to your elf form. Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. And also, I think even the presence of the fire is like the first thing that you felt a little, not fear, but, respect for.
Fire bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's thematic, I think, right? So the fire blazes up and you're like, so you sort of like, return to your full senses and shrink back down. You were about 7 feet tall. In total, and all like stretchy and elongated. But you think. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
All right. I think reverted. She's flagging waving the vampires along to try and get them out of the building.
Yeah. Okay. So you're showing them the door, so to speak.
Yeah, but in a nice way.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we have enough time to get them and Brad and Lee, Agnes, out the door. I guess it depends. Ashen, do you want Agnes to go without you? Are you gonna what's your plan? Like, she's kind of looking to you like, I will stay and fight. I mean, she looks pretty wobbly, but she's also a badass. And, how does that conversation go down? We need your mic.
I asked her, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you're up for this? Because, like, what we got to do, we're just got to run and gun. We got to get our one other person out of here, and then we can go.
I stood by these people. I stood up for them, and this is criminal. This is horrendous. I'm not leaving this place unless I know it's in flames.
All right, cool. So stick with me, and we're gonna go and get one other person, one other part of their crew who's in here being treated. Then we're out.
The troll who came in?
Yep, that's the one.
Well, they hooked him up to some shit. I didn't know what it was.
It's some of this shit. It's bad, but we got to get him out.
Okay.
All right.
If he's a friend of yours, then we'll do it. How about Coyote? What's Coyote's status?
Coyote is wandering up after his little escapade. Probably still cloaked because he doesn't really realize he's not supposed to be cloaked anymore.
Sure.
And he'll talk to Ashen and say, so you know where to find Rooster?
Yeah, I know where to find Rooster, and Agnes can help us get there.
And I think, while all the stuff in this room is good, I think having a vial of the processed product of this red stuff would go much further to proving what this company did. Would Rooster be in the same place as the vials of this stuff?
There'll probably be some near him, and he's close to a lab that we broke into before to get some vials. So yeah.
Then I will go with you to find Rooster, but I think if the opportunity arises, I will slip off and try to grab as much of this stuff as I can find.
That's fine.
As long as we understand.
Okay. And where's Quinn in all this? Microphone.
Quinn is, as soon as it's clear Agnes is on her feet, Quinn's going.
Oh, you're muted. You muted.
Right. I was finished with my sentence, but I guess my internet cut out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So make sure Agnes is on her feet, and then what?
And then Quinn is going with Ashen to go get Rooster, because he's going to need medical attention.
Yep. Okay. So basically, everyone's going to go upstairs, if I have that correct. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, together, set stuff on fire on the way out.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So good. Any last words?
Let's do this thing.
Nope. Can't wait to burn all this place to the ground.
I think
Nice.
Echo will take a second as they're like heading off into the building and just kind of yell into the corner like, actually, Steve, we gotta go get my friend Rooster, and then I'm gonna leave.
Okay, cool. All right, so we'll leave it there for tonight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, players, and thank you, everyone who joined us tonight live. And to those who listen later, those are your two options, live or later. And you know what? Thank you for joining us. This has been a wild ride. We're experimenting with new formats to make sure everyone is safe and healthy, because there are lots among us, at risk or immunocompromised or just near people who everyone should be aware and be careful. Please practice social distancing and do whatever you can to keep your neighbors healthy. We're all doing our best. So I have been Jason. We'll see how long that carries on. Let's go. Can I click on people? Oh yeah, I can blue highlight. Can everyone see that?
No.
Or do only I see that? Oh, okay. Yeah, you'd have to look at the feed to see that. Okay. Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam, also known as Red Pandroid. You can find me on the internet doing weird stuff like this, or sometimes on alternate Mondays in Floodwater, where I play an aspiring supervillain, Accidental, or alternate Sundays on Happy Jacks in Stu's Glittering Night campaign, where I play a vampire satanic nun, which is also real fun. So check it out.
Mac?
Hey guys, have been, will continue to be probably Mac Beauvais. And you can find me everywhere at Strange Like That. You can find me at Happy Jacks every Monday for this game, as well as the aforementioned Floodwater. You can also find me over at 12-Sided Stories, which is a fully produced podcast where we got sound effects and music and all kinds of things. I just wrapped a campaign over there recently called Unquiet Blood, which is a Vampire 5e game. And we're on to a Demigods campaign that is... run by the lovely Voluptuous Jason.
I'll take it. Jay?
Hi all. You can find me on the internet at Jay Holtham on the various things and sundry where I blather on about a number of topics. You can also find me here in Floodwater on alternate Mondays with things for the flood. And that's about it right now.
Cool. Adam?
Hi, everybody. I'm Adam at Hubuck on the forums and the Twitters and the Instagrams and all that other stuff. In addition to this, which you can find me for the one more time, we are also, I believe, having our finale of Eidolon Academy on Wednesday, 2 days from now. And that is theoretically going to be the final of that show, and with Jason and Abria and Emily and Kimmy running it. And it's been a wonderful ride, and we're going to wrap it up on Wednesday.
It's a very fun story. Joey?
Hi guys, I'm Joey. You can find me at Twitter at Joey Nestra, because I'm not inventive with my handles. You can find me here every other Sunday, including this Sunday, for Glittering Nights, where I play with Sam. I'm playing a Toreador who is just the best at being the worst. And yeah, that's all I'm doing right now. There's a new game coming up eventually on a Wednesday, maybe, potentially, when the schedule does a thing. So more about that as we have information, but keep your eye out.
And I'm Jason. You can find me online at It's Probably Okay, just the letters OK. And there you can find about the game I made, Demigods. DemigodsPBTA.com has the fully playable quick start guide. And I am here for one more Monday. We'll do this in 2 weeks and close out. Next week, we continue our Things from the Flood campaign, as was mentioned. Wednesday, we get to finish our Eidolon Academy campaign, as was said. I'm just very excited. Like, all these games are so much fun. And I did the 12-sided stories. And everything I've done, people have said already, so that's easy. The thing that's coming up is Sundays. I think it's March 29th, if that's a Sunday, if that's even a real day. Is going to be the start of the D&D campaign that I'm running for the spring on Happy Jacks. It is going to be set in Eberron, and we're going to be experimenting with using 2 10-sided dice, adding them up, instead of rolling a d20. There's a bunch of cool math that other people have done. I like the look of it, and I think it'll be fun. So we'll try it out, and otherwise play D&D as written, sort of. I mean, whatever. To the extent to which I enjoy doing that. And I think that is all we have to share for tonight. So again, thank you everybody for being here, and be safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Bye. And I'll throw the calendar up for a little bit too. Good night.